All right, people. Let me sit down here. Yeah, we got the light on. It's going.
What does that mean?
That means it's time for another exciting episode of Nothing But the Facts. Welcome to another exciting episode of what's going on right here in Las Vegas. I am Crazy Dee, and this is.
What's up, man? It's your man Franklyn GF to the Jizzle student Burley. You know, Frank Adamus, all of that. And this is Jefferson. He's going to be with us.
He's doing his debut here.
No, he's been on a couple of times.
I know he's been on a couple of times, but he said, I'm going to be starting the show with you guys today. That's what's up. All right, Jefferson. All right, so you got your phone? You know, you got to turn on so you can hear the questions when they start bringing the questions through. You are watching Nothing But the Facts podcast, brought to you by LordlandFilms.com. We are streamcasting live right here in a undisclosed location, and that image is just so crooked today. Let me fix that image. Excuse me, Jefferson. 1 second. Let me fix this image, because this is not Lordland. It's not Lordland approved. The image has to be balanced.
Is it?
Yeah.
Does it?
Yes, it does. And there we go. Now, got it now. That looks. Yes, there we go, people. Now that looks more like a nice Lordland image there. Yeah. All right. So let's see what we're going to talk about today. We have a lot to talk about today because we have not been on one more thing before. I'm seeing different things as I go. There we go. Let's bring it down a little bit. Show a little. There we go. All right. So that is it. That is the shot that we're going with today. Okay, we have a lot to talk about today. Different things.
So you got me hooked on this Facebook. Some of my friends, you know, last year this time, not to cut you off, I apologize. That's when I was flying to Egypt, and they just left. So on my Facebook page, I gotta give a big shout out. Professor Crazy and them are going. They're gonna meet them there, you know. But my boy Calvin and Harry Oliver and it's a group of others. There's a group of people here. There, Lavinia. Anyway, they flying to Kemet right now. Right now on the plane. That's my Facebook. 1 hour ago. So that's right. They would have left. I think he left New York like 7 o'clock. No, probably about 5 o'clock New York time. I think the flight was. He gets there first thing in the morning. Whoa. 10 hours. Anyway, sorry. I was just looking. You got me hooked on Facebook. I got myself hooked on Facebook.
Alright, so let's see what should we talk about first here?
Well, you went and saw a podcast for an individual that has some controversial subjects from time to time. A lot of Vegas people, the separation is obvious in that factor. It's not intergenerational. It's a youth thing.
No.
You think it was old? Joe was the oldest person in the club.
No, it's all ages.
No.
All ages.
That's VIP.
Not quite 80.
Not quite.
But
80.
it was all ages.
All right, so tell us about this Joe. But he went and visualized another podcast. Joe Budden, who has a budding career. He's a rapper, not so much. He's a writer more than a rapper, but he's tried to rap. You know, he's on a couple of black reality shows. I think was it Love and Hip Hop? Was it Love and Hip Hop?
Yeah.
But in any event, he hosts a group of individuals, and they talk about subjects within the context of the world of hip hop and rap, right?
Well, more than that, they get into social issues.
But from the hip hop
sexual
context.
issues. No, not really. They're moving away from the hip hop music and getting more into the social issues and staying in on the more blue type subjects.
Well, what was the dialogue about last night?
It was good. That's what I said. Let's move on. Why should we talk about another person's podcast? Let's
be
real. Okay, no, but really, my wife and I went to go see this podcast, live recording, and it was really an inspiration to see where this podcast, Nothing But the Facts, can be. Sitting on the couch, having the same pictures up, and actually having people come in and actually sit down and conversate with you and get into debate. There were some debates in there, as there were some people who came to actually try to get at Joe Buttons, but that was far and few in between.
Mm-hmm,
Everything was civil, however.
Right.
And then there were people who were just there, who just loved Joe Buttons, Maury, and Maul. And, you know, it was great and it was funny. And they have this thing they do where they have couples come up. And they have them, it's called, not Truth, you know about Truth or Dare?
Right, of course.
It's Truth or Truth.
Okay.
And so do you want Truth or Truth? And the person says Truth. And then they ask them a question like, where do you rate your lover in your top 5? And then, you know, it will go on from there. So yeah, it was very interesting. And you can see that. So, you know, and they also had a subject where they talked about Maury and how he had to go out and get a job. They used to shoot at 2 p.m., but they had to start shooting at 7 p.m. They shoot for 3 hours, and then he was like, we're not going to be able to do afterthoughts. Somebody asked him about what happened to the afterthought segment that you would do after the show. And he said, we can't do that because we're not going to be here until 12 midnight, you know, doing afterthoughts. And none of them were getting paid, you know, to do it initially. So they said when Maury quits, then they'll be able to go back to 2 p.m. and keep it rolling. So I said, oh, you know, there's certain things that happen in podcasts like that, you know what I'm saying? And then you just keep it moving and keep it vainglorious.
All right.
Yeah.
Exclaim reference. Old heads. He's an old head trying to throw that in there with Joe Budden. In any event, keeping it moving. Got to give a big shout out to I don't know if he's to pick us up. Simo, that we heard from the third party. We got Jefferson Mo now. So, Simo, we miss you. Glad you got his music up and going.
Yeah, he got his new CD out.
CD out.
13 tracks, Transition.
There you go.
There you go.
Simo, we're gonna have to interview you now. So like the first cut was dope. I liked it. I heard the first cut all the way through. So
yeah,
I
haven't been able to listen to the whole.
Get on it. Get on it.
You know what I mean?
So you can make references. But big shout out to you, man. Miss you on the couch. We got Jefferson Mo sitting in for you. He's kind of silent and he doesn't wear headphones, so we don't know what he's saying or thinking. But in any event,
his ears are going up, so he's hearing something.
Jefferson. He responds.
Yeah, he responds.
So go ahead. What you got?
You know, just chilling. It's been busy. It's been a busy week. It's been a last busy month because you know Black Book TV is coming.
No, they don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
Tell them about it.
August 1st, Black Book debuts.
Is that happening still?
You know.
I'm just asking.
Happening.
Yeah, man.
I mean, it's.
I live here in Vegas. I know a lot of things that say going.
I mean, you know, there's a lot of things, but there's a lot of things that they don't have Lordland Films with them. Okay. And what happens with Lordland Films? When Lordland Films says something they're going to do something, it follows through.
All right.
And it happens, right?
All right.
Seen, heard, recognized, and appreciated.
All right.
So it's a lot of people who talk, but talk is cheap. But when you put your time in, because time is money, and money is time. When you put your time in, you definitely make sure that things come off and pull off and happen. And, you know, that's what we do. Right here, over here at LordlandFilms.com. Matter of fact, go over to LordlandFilms.com. Lordland Films, inspiring the next generation on YouTube. And, of course, the Crazy Dee YouTube page where all of the different live stream videos are posted, like it is radio, my new podcast with my wife, the film review, movies, music, culture, and whatever else comes to our minds at the time, and everything else we do. The basketball that we're doing over there at Doolittle Recreation Center the last week. The 24th, this Tuesday coming up, it's going to be big because it's also Service Day. Job providers are going to be out there. Healthcare providers are going to be out there helping the 89106 neighborhood right there at Doolittle Community Center and Recreation Center. So come on out. 2 gyms. The one gym is going to have those, and over there we're going to have a high-flying basketball. People like Gary Payton II, he's been putting it down. You can go watch those different edits that I've been doing. You know what I mean? You know, people don't.
You got the big one coming up on Tuesday.
Yes, the last one, Tuesday the 24th.
Desert Rain.
Desert Rain.
At Doolittle Center, they have a whole community events evening planned.
Yeah.
You cover the community events too?
No. You see, no. I'm covering what I was hired to cover.
Okay, all right.
Understand that.
All right.
I understand that. And, oh yeah, by the way, I just want to let people know that I have my pamphlets out with my pricing on it. I have the In the Struggle pricing for those who might not be able to get the lights and the 3 cameras and all that, but you still want to get yourself seen, heard, recognized, appreciated. I have that pricing. But we're going in and it is pricing and pay and get yourself across. And plus with the connections with not only Bop TV in Atlanta, which Lordland Films situations are going to be on there, also with Black Book TV. And you know, Bop TV, you go right on there to your Roku TV and you see that's established, it's up, and there's some other surprises coming out with a platform that's actually on the internet that's going to be coming out soon. So we're going to be seen globally as well as internationally on the internet. Do you know the difference between global and internationally? Look it up. But anyway,
you can do my homework and shit. What's up with that shit?
So we just have to tell you that when you work with LordlandFilms.com, we have your best interests at heart, because I definitely work to get my people seen, heard, recognized, and appreciated. So that means that you will be on those platforms too. We work out the paperwork and when we get it all set up. So get my price listing. There are no more freebies. So that's what I'll say about that. Okay. So now let's move on to the next.
Back to high school and shit.
No more freebies.
I
was never free.
You was never free.
I was never free.
You're a black man in America.
Yeah, I was never free. But no more free. Oh man, I got all kinds of pricing for all types of people. Let's make this happen. If I get no bulk from those who we are supposed to be trying to raise ourselves up from under, if I get no bulk or no backlash from them on pricing, then I shouldn't get backlash or pushback from my own people on pricing. If you want to have quality product where it shines, where the picture is clear, where the vocal is clear and crystal clear, and when you put it in the theater, it booms back at you like you're watching an Avengers movie or Black Panther, then you come and call me, because I'm here to make you look better than what they have on television, more like cinema style type creation. So that's what we're here for, and that's what it is. And so we're not balking on it, we're not skating on that. This is what it is. And you know, get my pamphlet, figure it out, save your money, move away from doing whatever you're doing that you can't afford that, but you can afford to do other things. You can drop money at the club or whatever.
Watch out,
pay
man.
For
Watch out, man. Don't
for
talk bad about the fans, man.
Listen.
Don't mess with the fans.
I'm not messing with the fans. I'm just telling them. Pay for. No, I'm not talking to fans. I'm talking to people who want to be creators.
The fans
who don't have it. Because the fans are the fans. Fans aren't necessarily creators.
All right.
Okay, they like what they hear, and they stay on. That's the difference between a fan and a creator. Like me, I was into hip hop. I am a hip hopper, but I was not a fan. When I had my 2 turntables on a mixer, my thing was to blend beats together to be great enough to be able to do parties, to get paid what I asked.
You still on the money tip, man?
I mean, well, that's, ultimately,
like Stevie
we're talking about
man.
economics. We're talking about economics.
Okay.
And there's another person on Facebook that said that they won't be in the streets as much anymore because they realized to have a business is to help their people raise themselves from out of the situation to topple white supremacy. That's what the person said.
Really?
And I said, and with a mentality like that, at their young age, they will be very successful by the time they get to my age, when they realize they can employ their own people.
He's your age.
That's right. And I'm glad to be my age, because it was around that age where that person is at. That's always the killing fields. And you come through that, you're all right. But anyway, there's a meme going around on Facebook. I've seen it for about maybe a year now. One side of the meme is Dorothy Dandridge. And she's sitting there. She's demure in her pencil line dress.
Right.
And the other half on the right side is a black woman in booty shorts. She's a big butt female, and she's standing there, and it says, "When did we go from this to this? When did we lose our so-called uprightness and go down to being slave?"
After her.
Right. So I usually don't respond, but the person who posted it, you know what, we conversed, so I decided, because I didn't know the other people, but they had picked it up and posted it, so I said I would just write something. So this is my thought on that whole meme right there with Dorothy Dandridge and the big butt female. My thing is, Dorothy Dandridge died of an overdose, found naked in her hotel room, died of an overdose. Also, she was having an affair with the studio president, who was a white man, the studio president, who was telling her about, don't play this part in this certain movie because, this is slavery, and she fell for it, and she died, basically a drug user, an addict, dead in her room. Versus someone like Maya Angelou, who was also a dancer in her early years and a calypso singer, and she went on to write Why the Cage Bird Sings.
I know why.
And women, hey, you correct me. You're a little older than me. I got to spit it out there fast. You can correct. But the point is there.
No,
wait.
it
Let me finish. And through her experiences, she was able to write that. So my point on this is, it's not what you wear, but it's what's upstairs and what's developing in the mind. So I like to tell the youth, the young women out there, that you may have a lot of older women telling you don't do that, but enjoy your youth, because it's not what you wear. It's what you have upstairs. It's what is developing upstairs, because I just gave two examples. There was the person who was women. There are people who are so, I don't do that, and then behind closed doors, and whatever you do behind closed doors will one day come out, especially if you're famous, will one day come out, and everybody will see, well, damn, he was talking this. That's what that Me Too movement and all that, Bill Cosby and all that's about.
What's the point? What's your point?
That's my point. I just said my point. Don't worry about what you wear. Enjoy your youth. Enjoy what you have. Enjoy it, because one day it will be gone. When you get older, it will be gone. So enjoy your youth, and it doesn't matter what you wear. It's what you have upstairs.
Okay, let's pump the brakes.
Okay, let's pump the drink.
Stuff.
Let's add some facts.
First off, Dorothy Dandridge, if you look at her, she's no different than Marilyn Monroe, who died of the same thing. And who's to say they didn't drug and do that to Dorothy Dandridge? Her death has always been a mystery. She was in love with two powerful white men after being in love with several black men, including Sammy Davis Jr. So don't get me wrong, she was the black Marilyn Monroe. She may have been put out of her life in terms of she was messing with Otto Preminger and the head of Warner Brothers Film, and they were having conflict. So who's to say she was not pregnant at the time or things of that nature? That's how Hollywood runs. Comparing her to Maya Angelou, who was a young woman who did a lot of things while she was also young. And who's to say in order to have Halle Berry, even Beyonce, or any of these powerful black women, you had to have Dorothy Dandridge. She worked in Hollywood at a time when black people did not work at all. Made several movies. Powerful. She was a powerful actress. So you comparing her and saying what? Because she committed suicide, she was a dope fiend, things of that nature? I know a little more. I know the history says that we don't know. Her death has always been a mystery. And dope fiends usually don't kill themselves. Somebody has to shoot them up to kill them. So if you're professing that she was a dope fiend, as beautiful as she was, I don't know about that circumstance. I know she lived with a lot of tragedy and drama. But at the same time, you compare to Maya Angelou, who was a young woman. She had her life. She did a lot of things. And when she was a young woman, you're right. She was a calypso singer. She was an actress. She was a model. She was a dancer. All of that. All that entertainment bullshit. Right. But at the same time, she was the first African-American cable car conductor in San Francisco.
No. See, my point. My point is not that that's bad or anything. My point is the meme and how we as a people can be so judgmental, and you're looking at the superficial outside. You're looking at the superficial outside, and what I would tell you is they looked at if they're looking at Dorothy Dandridge as someone to look up to. Yes. She's no more different than the person that was stripping in the strip club. She's no more different. It's no more different because in the circumstances, she ended the same as somebody that would be in the strip club.
So did Michael Jackson. So did Prince. So keep going. So did Billie Holiday. So did Miles Davis. So did Barbara Bush.
So then the premise.
Does that mean that
the premise? No, I didn't say that. I said the premise of the meme is wrong.
No.
The premise of the meme is wrong. You're going to use her or anyone else, or anyone to down someone because they may dress more provocatively.
No.
And really, it's no difference.
You don't have kids. There is a difference.
It's no difference.
We don't have kids, and I will tell you, even the friends of mine that I do have kids, when I see their daughters, thank God they have parents to have, because even the line that they have, it's way different than what happens is when you grew up in your conceptions. It really is. And I learned that just going back to New York and seeing a lot of my family. My mother, unfortunately, was hospitalized, and I saw a lot of them. And sometime in New York, I'm talking about college graduates. You're like, whoa. The bottom line is times have changed. And that happened. And I'm still giving to you Dorothy Dandridge to have a master career in film. Had some type of genius working with her. And the imaging she created, that outlasted her life. So that of itself is important. It's the same way the imaging now, the roles didn't last, the movies didn't last, or whatever, how that is, but the imaging of what she was, similar to when Eartha Kitt was in Boomerang, reintroducing her to a whole generation who didn't know that these women swam with the sharks, bro.
What's Dorothy Dandridge's biggest movie, would you say? I mean, like,
me, Carmen Jones.
Carmen Jones, right. Let's stop at Carmen Jones for a minute. It's based on an Italian opera.
No, Jewish, written by Jewish folks.
Jewish people?
Yeah.
But
Rodgers and Hammerstein.
Who sung it?
Rodgers and Hammerstein wrote all that music. Two Jewish dudes.
Two Jewish dudes for the movie or for the opera that it came from?
I believe
that it was adapted from. Opera that it was adapted from. Carmen was Italian, right?
Okay.
So we're going back to where it's adapted from, right? But you're right about who wrote this to make it all. Harry Belafonte. That's her biggest role, huh?
No, I would say don't get me wrong. You asked me what she's probably known best for. I liked her in Porgy and Bess.
Mm-hmm. But pretty much, Carmen Jones is the.
But she was the lead. She was the lead in Porgy and Bess too. I just know. You just know.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get to do those kind of movies, bro. Nobody does. There were other great actresses in the time in that movie. Pearl Bailey was in that movie.
Yeah, Pearl Bailey.
Diane Carroll was in that movie.
Diane Carroll. So, and Diane Carroll played more of Samson's girlfriend, and she played more of a Delilah character, correct?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, that's how it was kind of like based on Samson and Delilah. So it's
just youth. Really. I would say one was older and one was younger. That's all naivete. But in any event, still, to get those roles, to have those type of individuals, to hang out with those people, for a black person of that time, and even now, I would submit to you, is genius.
Maybe it hasn't changed. Let's pull back the onion just a little bit further. There is genius there.
Definitely.
But there was also the casting couch.
You don't know that to be true. You don't know that to be true.
Well, I mean, she's dating two married men, right? What is that? What would that be called?
I don't know. What would you call that?
Well, some people would call that the side chick.
Well, what about
today?
and
they would call it what else?
No,
so was it genius or was it genius in the bedroom that got her there?
So
which would mean that she is still, to me, though she was on film and she could act, she would be no different than the big booty female who was in skimpy clothing.
Let's go back even
doing
further.
it that way to get money
most of the
and
big
get
booty
prestige.
skinny girls aren't doing that.
And doing that.
They're not getting it like that. And I would also submit to you, that's still genius, because would you not think that the genius that Cleopatra used in the time of Roman days to have Julius Caesar, Mark Antony go at it to keep her people safe and also bore a child to bring the countries together?
What dynasty did Cleopatra come from?
Doesn't make a difference. It's principalities of genius.
Genius
spans all things.
She wasn't the original.
What do you mean?
Egyptians were.
I'm not I never claimed that. You mix it apples and oranges.
No,
All I'm saying is,
as it started to thin out, there were certain queens of the ancient dynasties that would never have even thought of.
So does that
Mark Antony or
does that
Julius
does that
Caesar.
negate geniusness? Does that negate geniusness?
But it puts in a little hoishness.
No. But I don't consider that. I consider that. That's the way you look at it because you're a man.
I'm not looking at it.
That's
you can sit down.
That's bad. That's bad vibes.
Son, that's not bad. That's not bad vibe at all.
If
women, I'm giving you the perspective of what I hear from women. Women say that is hoish, is it not? Messing with married men.
It's been around forever.
Hoish. It's been around forever.
What is the man called?
But there are certain dynasties that are homemonger.
No.
Yeah, that's what my mother used to call them.
Well, that's all right.
Homemonger.
Yeah, but the ticket is just as guilty, so you can't castigate one without
No, I'm not. But what I'm telling you is, we're talking about this meme and how people are taking the imaging out of context instead of pulling back the onion and looking at it. Just because she was demure like this, she was doing the same thing that girl was doing behind closed doors, or maybe the girl who's out there in the booty shorts ain't doing the same thing she was doing behind closed doors with two married, powerful
the fact that you
men.
The fact that you recognize what the image was and could discern what you're perceiving tells you how powerful a person she was. And that's a perspective.
Because she was a fantasy,
I don't know that.
a hell kitten.
I don't know that. You sound like what
a cream,
Hollywood do.
A cream cheese.
Oh please, no! You take it away from the word.
What do they call that? What do they call it?
Weinstein Black.
Yeah. I'm just telling you what. Hey, look, I'm in film. I read.
No, but
I have seen, and I have experienced.
That doesn't make
situations, and I will say that's what it is. And you can't cut it any other way. She may have had genius, but the meme is wrong because often people who put on something out front. Perfect example. I'll give a perfect example. The reason why I even got into filmmaking in the first place, right, was because of the fact there was supposed to be, in my hometown of Cleveland, there were a lot of people who did video work, right? And I could never get the people to do the type of commercials and stuff for me. I would see them, they have stuff spinning all around and things. So when you see my finished work, I have stuff spinning around for people. I put it all into it, right? And I still got tricks up my sleeve that I still don't show because you know to the paper. But anyway, that's another story. But I would say, hey, now these same people, they would be photographers too. You know, photography and film go together because a cinematographer is nothing but a photographer and moving pictures. Okay, so that's the definition of what a cinematographer is. Okay, so they would also take pictures, but they would take these little nudie pictures. And I would say, yo, man, why don't you, put this in a collection and make a coffee table book, and put it out and say, oh no, man, I can't do that because I got clientele. I do wedding receptions and stuff, and I say, man, why are you hiding? But yet you'll show the pictures off to get kicks with your boys. And I was like, no, that just don't happen. So my point is, I'm saying that what's up front is a facade.
Okay.
What's behind the scenes is what the truth is. And one day, the facade will be pulled back and the truth will remain. So people might as well just go on ahead and just be who they are. Like when they see me, I say, yeah, I used to shoot artistic news. I put them on DVD, and they can go to my Black Ice Chronicles old episodes 2012, which was actually season 2, and it talks about, I say, sell this so you wouldn't have to sell your ass. Sell your image, which wasn't open vagina but artistic, and you won't have to sell your ass. And so that's happened. So what I'm saying is, when you see me, I say who I am and what I do, what I'm able to do, and that's what I do. I don't put on a facade. What you see is what you get with me. I'm not playing. I don't have time to play games because we're only guaranteed 70. And then after that, everything is a blessing. And then you don't want to be sitting up there still trying to. We only guarantee 70 years, 70
Think
score.
So?
That's what it says in the Bible.
Oh, please.
Now, so we only guarantee 70. Anything after that,
average black man lives to be 62.
But okay, we're guaranteed. Now, what we do in between the time to get us there, if we can't get to 70, there's people who live to be 1,000 years old. Methuselah.
No, that's just fake.
Methuselah.
Come on, man.
Pass
me some of that, man. What you smoking?
Okay, hey, I can say, hey, for those are the people who say that they believe the Bible, then you have to believe everything in the Bible. No, and that's what I just had to say to that. That's why I have to say that. But the point of it all is that we only guarantee 70, and if we only live, the average black man only lives to 62 years, then we're 8 years short of it. So why play around? Why play around in your teens, in your 20s, in your 30s? Get out there, get everything that you can, because one day that will all fade away. Everything is transitory, and it will fade away one day. So get out there, get it while you can, and forget about what people think. So when they put up this fake facade of Dorothy Dandridge, which I loved, Dorothy Dandridge could act, no doubt about it. She could sing. She could dance. She could do all that. I don't deny her that. But I'm not going to down someone who was in some booty shorts with some cheeks hanging out. I'm not going to do that. For what? I'm not. Because in the end, when you pull back the onion and you take away the facade, it's the same. It's the same. And so that's my point on it. It's the same. So it doesn't matter what you wear. It's what you got upstairs and what you're developing in your mind. That's all. That's my point. Yeah.
That's his point.
Yeah,
like Dave Chappelle said.
Because why should we be so judgmental when 45 can grab him by the crotch, can do all kinds of things, and he gets away with all kinds of murder? Why are we trying to hold ourselves to a higher standard when we don't have to be as nasty or indecent as him, but get out there and be and know the game and play the game at the level that you want to play it to win. That's all I'm saying.
Isn't that what you just made your point? Isn't that what she did?
All I'm saying is, for those who try to down others who may do it without the facade up front, I'm saying,
Dave Chappelle said it in his comedy routine.
I'm telling the youth, forget about those people who say that you need to have a facade or you should act like this because that's all fake, phony. It's not real. And when you sit and talk with people, when I sit and talk with people and I actually sit and talk with them, I find out what they are. And I say, damn, they put on a facade. Now for me to say, that's your game that you playing. That's the game that person is playing. Not for me to say. But anyway, Dave Chappelle said in his stand-up.
Yeah. You may not be a hoe, but you're just obviously wearing the clothes of a hoe. So forgive me. That's the case.
Well, that's now. See, now there is the male chauvinist view of it. That's the male chauvinist view of it. Right. That's the male chauvinist view. You're wearing the hoe clothes, so I'm going to treat you such.
That's what happened.
But
that was
me, when I look at women in clothes, I say, oh yeah, she got it banging, she banging, and I'm gonna still treat her with respect, like I would treat somebody that was dressed as if they were going to church. Because you know, sometimes those women that go to church, they sit in front of the church, they sit in front of the preacher, and they legs go like this. But that's a whole nother story for another time. Some, I said some. I didn't say all. I didn't say all. I said some. Sometimes. Damn. I mean, see, that's what I'm saying about just throwing out what's actually really happening. So people won't be ashamed.
That's what's happening.
I mean, shit, it happens.
I don't know about all
It happens.
I'm sure it does. But it happens in the classroom, happens on the train, happens everywhere.
Happens in the classroom.
Happens everywhere. Anyway,
perfect.
It can happen anywhere given the circumstances.
Remember about a couple of years ago, those photos were circulating of the teacher who was the black teacher was very voluptuous, and she was wearing clothing, but she was just wearing clothing, you know, just everyday clothing, but it was just tight and everything, right? Does she have to wear a burlap sack because she's voluptuous, or is she just wearing the clothes and she can't be judged for that? She's wearing business attire, but she's just pounding in that business attire. What about that? And the students were like, the young boys, she was in junior high school, and the young boys are like, oh, whose fault is that?
No one's fault. Why are you trying to place?
I'm just saying. Because you know, they say, oh man,
Wait. Did she get in trouble for wearing clothes?
The thing, no. Over the internet, it was a body shaming thing where they said, should she be dressing like this? What was she gonna do?
Nothing.
Wear a burlap sack?
Nothing happened. In order for that to happen legitimate and people judge everybody, talk about everybody, everything's open for dialogue. Everything is. I think in order for that to have been the case, you had to say, oh, she got in trouble for it, they made her change her clothes, or they do something. The fact that some kids took a picture and put it on the internet, that's what kids are going to do.
No, I think the debate was more the
social media debate.
The parents saw it, and then it got underway because
but
somebody
the kids shouldn't have been taking pictures.
No,
the kids shouldn't be taking pictures of teachers.
They shouldn't.
No,
they shouldn't.
No.
When you was in junior high school and you had a camera, you wouldn't.
They weren't allowed you to carry a radio. Like even now, I'm sure they don't let you carry or use phones.
Right, but just in case. Though,
I'm sure you have it. But if they see you on the phone, I'm sure that the campus rules to confiscate the phone. They don't want you on the phone in school.
That's true.
And whoever took the picture wasn't taking a picture because it was a circumstance. That was out of malice or. I think they were. No, I don't think the kid was taking out body shaming. I think she was at the blackboard with her back turned. I know.
And the guy liked what he saw, so he wasn't taking it out of malice. He was taking it, but someone else,
but he sent
who looked at it, took it.
No, the minute he relinquished it from his possession, that was malice.
No, I think it was malice.
No,
I think the millennials use the internet like we used to use
for your own personal
photo albums.
Your own personal.
They don't realize. I don't think that they have a conscious thought that what they're putting on Facebook I'm with that. But the minute not theirs, that it doesn't go out to everybody.
The minute they share that.
I know. The minute they share it.
That's right. The minute they give it to a person or make it public, they violated that trust.
But it was no trust.
No trust because
they
that's
took
what I'm
saying. Secret.
Right. And there you go. They took
it for them.
Right. And when you relinquish it to other, that's the violation.
And I think the difference between the generations.
There's no difference in facts.
No, wait a minute. The difference between the generations that come before the millennials is everyone needs to keep everything so bottled up. The millennials say, what it is what it is what it is, and they release.
And suffer the consequences because mores and forays and standards are all the same.
And I believe that once the ones who become in leadership positions from out the millennials, will lessen those laws. Just like the weed, just like the just like the cannabis laws. People the testing is they're starting to take cannabis from out
that's money.
Of the
that's
testing.
money. So if those pictures and violations of those things become worth money, which is what they don't want, then it become accepted practice. But as I'm submitting to you, it would be okay if you have a gun. It's not a problem. I'm just saying that if you have a gun. But if you go and you give that gun to somebody else and they use it as a weapon, you are complicit in that action. That's the bottom line. That's the law.
By the crooked
Same
law.
thing. No.
By
the
the
no.
By the crooked laws.
That's facts.
But
that's not a crooked
actually,
law.
if you hand it over, you just hand it over like, here, hold this for me, and they go out and they get jumped or something, and then they commit and they shoot the person. And you're all of a sudden you're going to be complicit. You're going to be complicit.
That's changing the story. The fact is, if it's your gun, as long as it's your gun, it's fine.
It doesn't matter.
Possession. As long as it's in your possession.
In the law.
No, that's the fact. When you give the
gun
to somebody else, you violated the trust of having. No, same thing in your car. If I took your car and I got into an accident in your car and your insurance covered me, no, I would be responsible because I did it. Ultimately, if I didn't pay, who would be responsible? You, because it's your car. Same thing. Law. Magna Carta, 1692. No, it's not crooked law.
It is crooked.
How's that crooked? How is that crooked?
It's just that someone has to pay.
That's right.
Someone has to pay so that they can make sure that the prison industrial complex lives on.
I'm saying you ain't going to prison. This has nothing to do with prison.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
If someone hits somebody vehicular and you don't pay and you didn't have insurance on the car but you let them drive it, you're in just as much trouble as they are, and you're more a chance of going to and being incarcerated.
Same thing with the pictures. You had the picture for yourself. It's fine as long as it's for you. When you share it, that's the damage.
I'm glad that they don't have any laws on the books about that because there'd be so many little kids going to prison over nothing.
No. But thank God that they have a prison for them. But the reality is sometimes.
I'm talking about, but if for just taking a picture and then passing it on, if
the guy went to jail for that, he went to jail for taking the picture for the ESPN lady.
That's peeping.
No,
that's
he took pictures of her.
No, he took pictures of. He drilled a hole in the wall
and published the pictures.
And wait a minute now, he drilled the hole in the wall. He put a camera there to catch her while she was naked, changing. Then publish the pictures. If you hand it off to and say, "Hey, look at this," or you're just putting it up on your face, he's publishing them up. Women now. Let's put in the extra.
What was
piece.
He prosecuted
Let's put the extra piece in there. He put it up on a website that was for what? For people to pay for lewd photographs, to pay for those. The money aspect is there, paying for lewd photographs, right? And so thus he should have went to jail. But if you were a little kid and you put it up on your Facebook page, not knowing the law, though they say, which is another part of crooked law, because you don't know the law. Because you don't know the law, you still can be judged for it. If you don't know something,
ignorance is not what's it called?
Ignorance is not an excuse.
That's correct.
Right?
That is correct.
But in the Bible it says you can't be judged unless you.
No.
Women now. How is this law here more harsher than the law of the Bible? I'm just going by what the Bible says. You cannot be judged for what you have not heard and what you do not know and what you do not understand. That's why they have missionaries going around to all kinds of different places trying to get these people to know Jesus Christ so that they can be judged, so they can then go in and take the bulldozers and knock their houses down and then re-gentrify. But that's a whole nother story right there.
Yeah, you make $6.
But so that's what it is. So you're gonna sit up there and this is gonna be crooked law.
It's not crooked law. Your interpretations are way off.
No, that's my interpretation is on, but the way law has been written is crooked, shifted to make sure that people are punished.
When damages are needed, that's correct. And that's not even a black thing or a white thing. That's a justice
No,
thing.
I never threw any color into
That's
it.
a justice
I didn't throw color into that at all.
Damage,
All I said was that people are damaged, so people will have to pay restitution, will have to be punished. That's what these laws are written for you to be punished.
Nothing to do with the Bible, and you have to do all that in there. That's nothing to do with it.
When you go into maritime, and you sit there, and you sit up there on the stand, and they hand you the Holy Bible, and they say, put your hand, raise your right hand, and say, I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God. So, and you mean to tell me that these laws don't stand up to the laws that are in the Bible that says that you cannot be judged for what you do not know, what you have not heard, what you have not been taught. But yet,
not facts.
That is facts. That is facts.
People are in jail for whatever.
That's right. All you gotta do, Google is your friend. Just Google, what I just said, and you will see it.
And you'll see
then you'll see the chapter and verse.
And try to go to court with that.
No. You can't go to court with that because my whole premise is exactly correct.
No.
Which is
the Bible.
So
what about people who don't believe in the Bible? What about the Jews? What about the people who believe in the Quran?
The Jews do believe in the Torah. That's the first 5 books of the Bible. This is where the laws were put down in the first 5 books. The Torah. The first 5 books.
Well.
The Torah. That's what it is. Right?
All right.
So what else?
I'm done.
What else? No, it's something else.
Nah.
It was something else because you wanted to talk about. You said you wanted to talk about 45 last week.
Well, that was 2 weeks ago. We wait to see what happens. But what we will close out on, because it's getting a little time to go.
Yeah, you know what? That happens all the time. Don't worry about it.
We'll close out this. We're about in October. We've secured a location for an event that we're going to be doing. I'm going to be doing, and hopefully Dee will get involved with it, from a mastering mindset called Men Who Cook. It's going to be a fundraiser, a social gala in the fall. Wakanda attire. We're going to be doing it at Nevada Partners on Saturday, October 20th. That's right. And this is an event where men will cook food and then share that food, a small demi-tasse, a tasting. It's not a meal. It's not even a full appetizer. It's a sampling of their cooking that they want to get out to the community. And hopefully these men will be from organizations, some of our community leaders. Instead of next year, we're going to invite Sislek out there. We're going to try to get also Horsford. It's an opportunity for these group, which is Mastering Mindsets. It's a youth empowerment group, a 501c. This is all tax deductible. We want to get a group of men together to serve their food that they're going to prepare, anything from chili to whatever you want, and we're going to be giving it to the community. We have some music. We're going to have entertainment from E.C. Adams, a headliner out here in Vegas, and he's at the right now. You're able to see him every Friday at the Texas Station, part of the Soul Review they do, a fabulous show. So this is an event that we're going to be doing as a fundraiser, and it will be Saturday, October 20th at Nevada Partners, which is right there on Lake Mead, and we'll be doing it in conjunction with some other folks, Miss Nikki Golar. We're trying to get some of the local support from the Raiders organization. We also get some help from Miss Lisa Mosley. We're going to be doing some stuff, and we're going to be printing up programs. Will there be an entrance fee for the people who are giving away the samplings of food? And this is an event where it's kind of a social networking kind of thing. We want you to prepare 2 trays, which we'll show you as we go forward, that will be serving, or you're serving your food. There's no electricity. There's no electricity. There's no electricity. So you will have to bring your food as you would have it. If it's got to be heated, you can bring it. There's no electricity. There's no microwave. There's nothing we can do to access any type of electrical power once we are in the convention center itself. So we will be using sterno and hot water, but we're going to provide you with a table, the tablecloth. There'll be a photo opportunity. All this information will be coming out hopefully on Monday. We're getting it to all the partners. But again, Men Who Cook. It's going to be the Wakanda Social Fall Gala event, and it's to support Mastering Mindsets. And we will have men who are going to be cooking, serving their food to the community at large. So we'll talk more about that as we get closer, because it's actually July. It's a little rain outside.
It's raining in July. But anyway, listen, people. October is a big month in Las Vegas for black events. You know, on the 10th of October, there's something going on, which we're going to give you more information about as soon as I get it locked down from the people who are putting it on. And then there's another event from I Love Being Black in Las Vegas. I Love Being Black in Las Vegas. They have an event coming up in October. And then, of course, we have the Men That Cook that happens in October 20th, correct?
Correct.
Is that the date?
That's the date.
That's
Saturday. Nevada Partners.
Then the following week, October 23rd through October 28th is Black Business Week, put on by the same people who are bringing you Black Book TV and Black Book Mondays on Power 88. The whole week there's golf outings, there are seminars, there are business seminars, and then culminating that Saturday is the second annual Black Las Vegas Food Festival. If you haven't seen that video, you go right over to Lordland Films Influencing the Next Generation, and you will be able to see the documentary, the 40-minute documentary that I put together on the first Las Vegas Black Food Festival that happened last October around that time. So it all culminates with that. So October is big. All the information is going to be up because, you know, Black Book TV is going to have a community calendar that shows everything that happened. Back home in Cleveland, Ohio, we used to have this station called WUAB, Channel 43, and they had a community calendar that would come up like in between the prize movie and going into the next shows, which would usually be cartoons for the kids after they got home around 2:30. But so the community calendar will go up and it will show all these events. So if you have community events that you want posted on Black Book TV, which is debuting in August, get in contact with Brian Harris on Brian Harris EMC Consulting on Facebook. Leave him a message and he will get in contact with you. And, you know, put your community events up because we're all inclusive about the community, because I am the content ingester. I am the person who cleans up people's content to make sure it's ready for HD TV.
HD TV.
That's right. 18.6 K hemp. That's K hemp. 18.6. Get your digital ears. Go right over there. I have a video up talking about the new TCL Roku digital TV, and you get the antenna. The video lays it out and lets you know exactly how to go about cutting the coaxial so that you can so your budget can be cheaper as far as cable is concerned, and still have all the channels that you want to see. You want to see power, you can still see power, and you won't have to pay that exorbitant cable bill. So yeah, so so October is big for Black events. Get your plane tickets. You know, if you're rich like that, if you're wealthy like that, come on out here and spend a whole month in October right here in Las Vegas. Not only the Strip, but off the Strip and the events that the Black community the Black community activists activated in the community are putting down so that the Black community here can be seen, heard, recognized, and appreciated throughout the valley. LordlandFilms.com. LordlandFilms.com. LordlandFilms.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's all about D.
No. I just
Anyway,
included everybody. Wait a minute.
Hey,
Listen,
man,
you know what? If you don't love yourself,
oh boy,
no one else is gonna love you. And believe me, I do not
No one
suffer. I do not suffer from low self-esteem. I suffer from high self-esteem.
oh, he went on.
So always just remember, I don't suffer from low. I suffer from high. So all that other, it doesn't matter to me, because you know, we get it done. You're seen, heard, recognized, appreciated. 4K, quality sound, wide angle instead of vertical. You know what I mean? And then when the IGTV network that I'm programming comes out, so that's Instagram TV comes out, full movies, labeled and everything, vertical. because that's how they do it. And that's how we do it. We just working out the kinks on that because we're always innovating. So yes, it will be about me because I do put it down, but it's about us right here, and it's nothing but the facts podcast right here. So what were you getting ready to say, Franklyn? Because again, one last time, people, so you understand. So you understand.
Overstand.
So you have an overstanding of the understanding to be in standing with me. I don't suffer from low substance.
We're going to get out of here because we're going to an event later on tonight. We had the beautiful opportunity on Friday during the show to at KCP-FM, Power88LV.com during Like It Is Radio to talk to Conqueror. We're going to go check him out tonight. He's at the Red Rock Casino, so it should be a lot of fun, a lot of folks. We're supposed to be all hooked up. Brothers from Jamaica. He's been doing his music thing. He got a deep melodic voice. He's one of the favorites, I believe an international favorite, but he's got a big following. He's talking about going to live in Venezuela. Was it Venezuela? Colombia. He just came back from the Philippines, and he's at the Red Rock Casino, so we're going to go check him out because it's like a 5-ish. You know, my dog is sleeping right here, but I know he's hungry. So you heard about how to get to Crazy Dee. You know how to figure it out. If you're coming into town in October, we got some things going on. But you can always check us out. Power88LV.com is the radio. We're always streaming. We try to keep you connected, you know, through Black Intelligent Talk Radio. Crazy Dee puts it down so you can see what we look like. You know, sometimes you get to hear us too. And big shout out to Simo. And again, I'll just let everybody know it's raining in Vegas, y'all. A little bit of rain, just enough to mess up your car.
Rain, go away. Please come back another day.
Jungle Brothers.
Brothers.
He's singing, y'all.
The Jungle Brothers. The brothers.
Oh,
the brothers.
Man. He's stuck in the, no, what was that, 90? 92?
That was 89.
89. Look at that, 89.
Hey, you got to have knowledge of the past to know where you're going in the future.
He's talking about Kanye, y'all. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
This has
been a great one.
That's it. Nothing but
the facts.
That's what we do. Check us out.